I have a passion to want to give back in society. Basically, living in Cleveland, raised in Cleveland, um, having to know what someone like my wife and my children talk about, what they go through on a daily basis, of how there's not enough of white America giving back and making a difference in society to minorities and people of color. And my wife being an African American female, my children being biracial, to me, I felt like this is a great opportunity for me to connect to people and let them know that there's good people of all kinds. And when you truly care, it should come across as being real. And I would say real is rare because there's so many kids that just don't get enough love. And I worked at Cuyahoga Hills, which is a juvenile correction facility, and the love that those kids were missing, I felt like I needed to do it. And so I stepped away and went into sales positions, and I knew my calling was working with kids. And so I decided to come back, and I knew somebody worked here, so I applied for Cuyahoga County, and it's the best move I ever made, just to be able to give my heart and soul to young people that need just some love in life. To me, the biggest thing to build trust is to be honest. And you know, if I can't do something, I'm not going to promise something I can't come through with, because a lot of teenagers have been lied to and been told stuff. And to me, if you're going to really try to connect with somebody, you have to be honest and open. And you know, my door is always open to these residents. My heart's always ready to embrace and to try to give them things that they can do and grow as young men, to turn into, you know, from young men into grown adults. And so to me, you know, trust and rapport is all about being respectful, honest, and caring. And those three things can take you a long way if it's legit and it's real. And so I try to just be as honest and real as I can be. Just being basically a sponge. So like, when I say that, I mean, it means basically like, instead of just, sometimes people in general want to just let stuff off their chest and they don't need to hear answers back. They just need to be able to talk and have someone listen to their problems. I'm not going to always have the best advice for somebody. I'm not going to be able to give everybody the answer they want to hear. But if I'm able to listen and let somebody release stuff off their chest and let somebody just talk. Sometimes in life we all just need somebody to talk to. And so with activities, it puts me in a good position to be able to take somebody to the side and just talk to them and be able to do something for them that a lot of people, you know, they can't get to do that with these kids. And so to me, I embrace that and fully, that if I can just be a sponge for a young resident to able to let a lot of steam off or frustration off, then to me that's the best way. So sometimes the best thing isn't to always have an answer back for somebody. Sometimes it's best just to listen. And I want to be able to be the ears for some of these young residents that just need someone to talk to. To be firm, fair, and consistent. To be able to be firm, not to give, you know, these kids, because they have to have structure, because a lot of these kids are missing structure. So when they go out in the real world, if you're not firm, fair, and consistent, you can be setting kids up for failure. So if you're firm in the rules and try to do things the right way and consistently do them, you're teaching these kids accountability, teaching these kids successful ways of life. So firm, fair. I also want to be fair because they're not always wrong. Sometimes these kids have great points. Sometimes these kids are valid. Sometimes they're not getting treated a certain way. Sometimes they need a release. So I'm going to be fair, but I'm also going to be consistent. I'm going to always be me every day. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to be the same person day in, day out. And when I come into these doors, I want to be just a positive light for these young men. And I don't want them to ever think that they can't tell me, because to me, this is a role that you should embrace. The give back is greater. And so firm, fair, and consistent is honestly, to me, what I think works best. This job it's a blessing. I get emotional because I do love my job. Just the benefit of being, like I said earlier, just a bright light. And you know, I always say I would, if these doors shut down and I couldn't work here, I'd be okay with it, because I know that these kids would be going somewhere positive. And so I truly love these kids, because they need love and they need guidance. And so to me, the biggest benefit is just being a good human being to some kids that need a good person in their life. And you can go on about stories and things like that about what, you know, money and all that. It's not about the money. It's about a connection to be just a positive male in a place that needs as many good, caring people in their lives. And I want to be that caring person. And this job has been the best job I've ever had in my life.